Good afternoon, ProStart students. Reporting live from Metropolitan State University of Denver, it's me, Chef Jackson Lamb. Today I'm going to talk to you about Chapter 10, Labor Costing. This is Chapter 10 in Level 2 of ProStart, Labor Costing. Well, you know, we're trying to work our way through Introduction to Cost Control, Food Costing. We're at Labor Costing, and, you know, labor costing is a mixed bag. When we are the employee, we want to make as much money as we can. When we're the management, we want to pay people as little as we can. That sounds oxymoronic, but as managers, our job is to control our costs so that we can be profitable. And what we've been reading in the news lately is it's getting more and more expensive to hire people. If we do follow the news, in our state and across the country, there are issues of raising the minimum wage. There's always talk about people should earn a living wage. So those are arguments that we don't want to have here today, that's for sure. But in understanding labor costs, there's a few things we should bear in mind. Do you have a job and do you go to work? When people do go to work, especially if they're in high school, they may be going to a local restaurant or a local hotel. It doesn't matter which one, but when you look on the wall and see the schedule for the week, and you see your name, and you see there's Bobby and Tommy and Jim and Sue, and everybody's listed there, and then going sideways, it talks about, okay, what are your hours on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? It just shows everybody's names, the days of the week, and what hours they're supposed to come in, 9 to 2, 10 to 4, it could be 2 to close. Here's a question I have for you. If you ever see a schedule like that, did somebody actually take a calculator and figure out what everybody's hourly rate is and cost it out? If everybody shows up on that schedule, what will it cost the restaurant? That's a very interesting phenomenon to consider. But as we take a look at labor costs, this chapter, there are a lot of scheduling ideas that are in there. But I will tell you that typically if you're working in a restaurant that has a a POS system, which is a point of sale computerized cash register system, computerized. You know, POS systems will tell us what our sales per hour are. Well, the beautiful thing about that is you can tell when your lunch hour really kicks in. Is it from 10:30 to 11:30, or is it 11:30 to 12? What happens from 12 to 12:30, 12:30 to 1? And based on that, we can see we get busier and then we get slower. Well, if we're tracking that on a POS system, perhaps our schedule should mirror that as well. Very interesting. The other issue is when we're looking at labor costing, and we haven't even talked about training yet, but we want to make sure that people are trained to do the proper job. And when they're not trained to do the proper job, it takes extra time, extra hours, sometimes extra people to get the job done. And that's going to cost us more, and it will affect the profit and loss statement. So good training and good personnel lead to a good labor cost. That's about as simple as I can make it. Chef Jackson Lamb signing off from Metro State University. We'll see you at the next chapter. Thanks, everybody.